A woman takes off her clothes and prepares to go to bed, but before she's finished, she suddenly stops moving. Her husband, however, is used to it. He puts a blanket on her and turns off the light. The people of this town are controlled by a windmill. When the windmill rotates at a constant speed, the villagers can move. When the windmill stops, they stay still. What's even weirder, whenever the windmill speeds up, they start working like crazy. Under the control of the windmill, they work much more efficiently. It would take at least a year to build a house, but they could do it in one night. The whole town was controlled by the windmill, until one day, a bolt of lightning struck the windmill. A part of the windmill fell off, and it rolled right in front of the man. The man came to his senses. He was no longer under the control of the windmill. The others continued to work like toolmen, and so it went on for days. When the weather cleared, the windmill finally stopped. The villagers were able to rest. The man moved through the motionless villagers. He realized he was the only one who could move, so he picked out a woman he liked on the way. The woman woke up and fell in love with the man at first sight, and they lived happily ever after. But because of the windmill, the woman was always busy all of a sudden. Even when the man didn't have dinner, she packed up and left. But that's not the biggest problem. The night is the man's nightmare, because whenever they planned to go to bed, the windmills would somehow stop, and the woman wouldn't move at all. The man stayed alone for a month. That day, the man woke up and saw his girlfriend was still there. He couldn't stand it any longer. He grabbed an axe and rushed out. He planned to chop up the windmill, but he was stopped by the villagers. They were afraid they would disappear too, but because the windmill had stopped, they couldn't stop him. The man came to the windmill. He cuts at the windmill like a madman, to vent his frustration. But then the windmill started to turn. The villagers rushed in. They grabbed the man who was trying to break the rules, and forced him to the edge of a cliff. The man thought he was going to die. The windmill suddenly collapsed and fell off the cliff. The man survived the fall, but they never thought that the windmill fell into the stream. Under the action of the current, the windmill began to rotate at a constant speed. That's all. Everyone was back to normal. The man became the savior of the whole village. The most important thing is, he and his girlfriend were finally able to synchronize.